Third Annual Hatred Rumble of 2022 event by Colton Dennis. Both Ann Dennis and James Dennis appear. Hello everyone and welcome to the third annual Hatred Rumble, where tonight all three shows will choose their men and women to compete in the Men's and Women's Rumble Royal, where the winner will go to Blood Slam and face whichever champion they want, said Ann. But just like at the last Rumble, we're changing it up again. This year, instead of 3 people starting each match, 4 will be in the ring this time. And when one competitor is eliminated, another will come out. And so on until there's only one left in the ring. I wish all the competitors good luck, said James. Lee Dennis Sr. and Marie Dennis appear. Let's get ready to rumble, said Lee. Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is the Women's Rumble match. Now 4 competitors will start. Once a competitor is eliminated, another competitor will enter the match until there is a winner. Introducing the competitor who drew number 1. Music is playing. Anemone appears walking down the ramp. On her way down to the ring, Anemone climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then goes through the bottom rope. Introducing the competitor who drew number 2. Music is playing. Caramel appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, then standing up. Number 2 is Caramel. Introducing the competitor who drew number 3. Music is playing. Divine appears walking down the ramp. The third competitor is Divine. Divine walks up the steel stairs, then goes through the middle rope. And introducing the competitor who drew number 4. Music is playing. Promise runs down the ramp, slides into the ring, then stands up. Number 4 is Promise, said announce number 3. Beldings. All 4 women are attacking each other. And here we go with the third annual Women's Rumble match, said announcer number 1. I can't wait to find out who's gonna win this time, said announcer number 2. Divine is punching Promise. Promise is groaning, blocks, then continuously punches Divine. Divine continuously groaning, then staggers backwards. Promise stops, kisses her fist, then punches Divine. Divine falls onto the mat, then groans. What a good luck kiss fist punch, said announcer number 1. Divine stands up in the corner. Promise continuously kicking Divine. Divine slides down the corner. Promise pushes her knee into Divine's face. Divine is groaning. Promise is really taking it to Divine, said announcer number 2. Promise stands up, then holds out her arms. Who's the best? Asked Promise. Anemone turns Promise around, then sets her up for a swinging reverse Santo. Promise pushes Anemone forwards. Anemone staggers forward, then turns around. Promise kicks Anemone's stomach. Anemone groans. Promise sets Anemone up for a suplex. Divine stands up, then approaches Promise. Caramel tackles Divine. Caramel just saved Promise from Divine, said announce number 1. Promise lifts Anemone. Anemone lands onto her feet behind Promise, then walks towards the ropes. Promise turns around, then runs at Anemone. Anemone pulls down the top rope. Promise goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Promise is gone, said announcer number 2. Music is playing. Knockout is running down the ramp, slides into the ring, stands up, then starts punching Anemone. Knockout went straight for Anemone, said announcer number 1. I'm still shocked with what happened to Promise, said announce number 2. Well, anything like that could happen in these matches, said announcer number 1. Caramel continuously clotheslines Divine. Divine continuously groaning, then stands up into the corner. Caramel runs at Divine, then does a corner clothesline onto her. Divine groans, then falls onto her knees. Caramel walks towards the corner, then jumps onto the second rope. Caramel is doing pretty well, said announcer number 2. Divine stands up, then turns around. Caramel jumps off the second rope, then goes for a crossbody onto Divine. Divine sidesteps Caramel. Caramel lands face first onto the mat, then she groans. "Oh, that definitely hurts your torso," said announcer number 1. Divine grabs Caramel's left leg, then locks in ankle lock onto her. Caramel is screaming. "The ankle lock has been locked in," said announcer number 2. Caramel taps out. "It doesn't matter if you tap. Divine could have that hold on for the rest of the match if she wanted to," said announcer number 1. Divine tightens the submission. Caramel continues screaming. Anemone hits Divine's back. Divine groans. Anemone continuously punches Divine. Divine, continuously groaning, then staggers backwards into the ropes. Anemone bounces Divine off of the ropes. Divine reverses it, then does a back elbow onto Anemone. Anemone groans, then holds her face. Knockout goes to punch Divine. Divine ducks, wraps her arms around Knockout's waist, then does a German suplex onto her. Knockout lands onto the mat, then she groans. "Divine has taken over this match," said announcer number 2. Divine approaches Caramel. Caramel tries kicking Divine. Divine catches Caramel's right leg, then locks in an ankle lock onto her. Caramel screams, then holds onto the ropes. The ankle lock is locked back onto Caramel. Caramel needs to find a way to break the submission hold, or have damage done to her ankles, said announcer number 1. Divine tightens the submission. Caramel continues screaming, grabs the ropes, slowly stands up, then rolls through. Divine goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. "Divine's gone," said announcer number 2. Caramel is sitting on the mat, then she smiles. Divine is looking at Caramel, slides into the ring, then continuously kicks her. Caramel continuously groaning. "Hey, get out of the ring, now," said referee number 1. Divine locks in the ankle lock onto Caramel a third time. Caramel continuously screaming. Music is playing. All three look up. Taz appears walking down the ramp. "Here comes Taz," said announcer number 1. Taz stops next to the ring, climbs onto the ledge of it, then goes through the middle rope. Divine breaks the submission. "Hey, hey, hey, eliminate her. She eliminated me." "Eliminate her," said Divine. Taz kicks Divine's stomach, grabs her head, then throws her over the top rope. Divine lands onto the floor. "Does that mean Divine was eliminated twice?" asked announcer number 2. Knockout punches Taz. Taz groans, then punches Knockout. Knockout falls onto the mat, then stands up. Taz kicks Knockout's stomach, then sets her up for a DDT. "Are we gonna see it?" asked announcer number 1. Anemone hits Taz's back. Taz groans, then lets go of Knockout. Anemone continuously punches Taz. Taz continuously groaning. Anemone runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Taz clotheslines Anemone. Anemone falls onto the mat, then she groans. "What a clothesline," said announcer number 2. Taz looks at Caramel. Caramel is holding her right ankle, then looks up at Taz. "No, no, no, please," said Caramel. Taz kicks Caramel. Caramel groans. Taz continuously kicking. Caramel. Caramel continuously groaning. Anemone jumps onto Taz's back. Taz is struggling, then tries grabbing Anemone's head. Anemone tries locking in a sleeper hold onto Taz. Taz leans against the ropes, grabs Anemone's hair, then pulls her off her back. Anemone holds onto the top rope, then she dangles. Anemone is holding on for dear life, said announcer number 1. Anemone pulls herself onto the ledge of the ring. Taz is kicking Anemone. Anemone is groaning. Knockout hits Taz's back. Taz groans. Knockout bounces Taz off of the ropes. Taz twists Knockout's right arm, then kicks her stomach. Knockout groans. Anemone stands up onto the ledge of the ring. Taz pushes Knockout. Knockout goes backwards into Anemone. Anemone falls off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. Anemone's gone, said announcer number 2. Smart by Taz, said announcer number 1. Taz kicks Knockout's stomach, then sets her up for a DDT. Music is playing. Taz looks up at the stage. The Amazon appears walking down the ramp. The Amazon is back, said announcer number 2. The Amazon stops next to the ring, then stares at Taz. Taz pushes Knockout onto the mat, then waves at the Amazon. The Amazon walks up the steel stairs, onto the ledge of it, then continues staring at Taz. Amazon is staring a hole through Taz, said announcer number 1. Knockout hits Taz's back. Taz groans, knees Knockout's stomach, sets her up for a DDT, then stares at the Amazon. The Amazon continues staring at Taz. Taz does an impaler DDT onto Knockout. Knockout groans. And quat. Tasmania and quat connects, said announcer number 2. Taz picks Knockout up, looks at Amazon, then throws her over the top rope. Knockout lands onto the floor. Knockout has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. The Amazon goes through the middle rope. Both Taz and the Amazing are walking around the ring. Music is playing. Lioness appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, standing up, then starts punching both Taz and the Amazon. Both Taz and the Amazon are groaning. Lioness kicks Taz in her left side. Taz groans. Lioness turns around, then kicks the Amazon in her left side. The Amazon groans. Lioness goes to kick Taz's left side again. Taz catches Lioness's left leg. Lioness does an enziguri onto Taz. Taz groans, then falls onto the mat. Nice enziguri, said announcer number 2. Lioness stands up, then turns around. The Amazon clotheslines Lioness. Lioness flips onto the mat, then she groans. What a clothesline, said announcer number 1. Lioness stands up. The Amazon pushes Lioness backwards into the ropes, lifts her into the air, catches her onto her shoulders, then does a Samoan drop onto her. Lioness groans. The Amazon stands up, then looks at Taz. Taz slowly stands up. The Amazon superkicks Taz. Taz falls onto the mat, then she groans. The Amazon goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Amazon better watch herself, said announcer number 2. The Amazon gets to the top turnbuckle, looks down at Taz, jumps off of it, then does a body splash onto her. Taz groans. What a body splash, said announcer number 1. The Amazon looks at Caramel. Caramel pulls herself up with the ropes. The Amazon superkicks Caramel. Caramel falls onto the mat, then lays motionless onto it. Caramel is out of it, said announcer number 2. The Amazon goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Amazon's heading back up top again, said announcer number 1. The Amazon gets to the top turnbuckle. Lioness stands up, sees the Amazon on the top turnbuckle, runs, then does a step-up corner enziguri onto her. The Amazon groans, falls off of the top turnbuckle, bounces off of the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. Amazon's eliminated, said announcer number 2. Music is playing. Aura is running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, then standing up. And here's our last entry in this match, said announcer number 1. Both Aura and Lioness are punching each other. Aura goes to punch Lioness. Lioness ducks, runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Aura turns around, lifts Lioness. Lioness does a head scissors onto Aura. Aura flips onto the mat, she groans, then stands up. Lioness does a jumping side kick to the left side of Aura's head. Aura groans, then falls onto the middle rope. Lioness stands up, runs, then bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. Taz clotheslines Lioness hard. Lioness falls onto the mat, then she groans. What a devastating clothesline, said announcer number 2. Taz looks at Aura, then runs at her. Aura moves. Taz gets hung off the middle ropes, she groans, then turns around. Aura superkicks Taz. Taz goes over the top rope, then lands onto the ledge of the ring. Taz is still in this match, said announcer number 1. Aura tries pushing Taz off of the ledge of the ring with her foot. Taz is struggling. Lioness stands up, runs, then does a two-footed kick to Aura's stomach. Aura groans, then walks away from the ropes. What a two-footed kick by Lioness, said announcer number 2. Taz stands up onto the ledge of the ring. Both Lioness and Taz are punching each other. Both of them need to be careful, said announcer number 1. Well, Lioness is still in this. She only went through the middle rope, said announcer number 2. True, said announcer number 1. Taz kicks Lioness's stomach. Lioness groans. Taz sets Lioness up for a DDT. No way. Don't do this, Taz, said announcer number 2. Lioness is squirming, then pushes Taz away. Taz staggers backwards, then approaches Lioness. Lioness kicks Taz in the right side of her head. Taz groans, falls off the ledge of the ring. Caramel goes to punch Lioness. Lioness ducks, runs, jumps onto the second turnbuckle, then does a clothesline onto Caramel inside of the ring. What a way to get back into the ring, said announcer number 1. Both Caramel and Lioness stand up. Caramel goes to punch Lioness. Lioness ducks, wraps her arm around Caramel's, turns her, then does a jumping knee to her face. Caramel groans, then falls onto her knees. Lioness grabs Caramel, runs, then throws her over the top rope. Caramel lands onto the floor. There goes Caramel, said announcer number 2. She did very well, said announcer number 1. Lioness is smiling, then turning around. Aura superkicks Lioness. Lioness goes over the top rope, then lands onto the ledge of the ring. Oh, both Lioness and Taz are on the ledge, said announcer number 2. Aura looks at Lioness, then waves at her. This is how she eliminated Lioness to get the last spot, said announcer number 1. Lioness stands up onto the ledge of the ring. Aura goes for a jumping superkick Lioness. Lioness collapses onto the ledge of the ring. Aura goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Aura is out. And I can't believe it. She had the best chance at winning, said announcer number 2. And now we're down to 2, said announcer number 1. Both Lioness and Taz are standing up onto the ledge of the ring, then start punching each other. They both need to be careful. One slip and you're eliminated, said announcer number 2. Something much worse could happen if you slip. You could land wrong and injure a part of your body, said announcer number 1. Both Lioness and Taz continue punching each other. Taz knees Lioness's stomach. Lioness groans. Taz sets Lioness up for a powerbomb. Taz is gonna try to powerbomb Lioness. Taz lifts Lioness. Lioness is shaking her legs, then lands onto the ledge of the ring. Taz tries lifting Lioness. Again. Lioness shakes her legs, lands onto the ledge of the ring again, then flips Taz. Taz lands onto the ledge of the ring, then she groans. "Oh man, that back body drop had to hurt," said announcer number 2. "But the thing to see is, Taz is still in this match," said announce number 1. Lioness slowly stands up. Taz pulls herself up with the ropes. Lioness goes to punch Taz. Taz does a back elbow onto Lioness. Lioness groans, then walks away. Taz groans, looks at Lioness, then runs at her. Lioness drop kicks Taz's left leg. Taz flips off of the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. Bell dings. "Here's your winner, Lioness," said announce number 3. Lioness did it. She has won her very first Rumble, said announcer number 2. Congratulations to Lioness. She fought very hard and eliminate a few women, said announcer number 1. I'm just in shock because I really thought Taz had it with the powerbomb, but Lioness survived, then drop-kicked Taz's leg. This was an amazing match, said announcer number 2. That it was. Plus, up next we have the men's rumble, said announce number 1. Oh, I can't wait for this, said announcer number 2. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is the men's rumble match. Now 4 competitors will start. When a competitor is eliminated, another competitor will come out until there is only one person left in the ring. Introducing entry number 1. Music is playing. Sphinx appears walking down the ramp. Number 1 is Sphinx. Sphinx slides into the ring, then stands up. Introducing entry number 2. Music is playing. Grimace appears walking down the ramp. Number 2 is Grimace. Grimace walks up the steel stairs, then goes through the middle rope. Introducing entry number 3. Music is playing. Morphose appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, then standing up. Number 3 is Morphose. And entry number 4. Music is playing. The volcano appears walking down the ramp. Number 4 is the volcano, said announce number 3. The volcano walks up the steel stairs, then goes over the top rope. Bell dings. Both Morphose and Sphinx are attacking both Grimace and the volcano. Here we go. The men's rumble has begun, said announce number 1. And who knows how many people are in this rumble this year, said announcer number 2. Sphinx continuously punching the volcano. The volcano continuously groaning, then pushing Sphinx. Sphinx falls onto the mat, stands up, then runs at the volcano. The volcano clotheslines Sphinx. Sphinx lands onto the mat, then he groans. The volcano picks Sphinx up, then hits his back. Sphinx falls onto his knees. Grimace is punching Morphose. Morphose is groaning. Grimace whips Morphose into the opposite corner. Morphose groans. Grimace runs at Morphose. Morphose moves. Grimace goes face first into the corner, then he groans. Morphose runs, bounces off of the ropes, then does a jumping clothesline onto Grimace. Grimace falls onto the mat, then he groans. Morphose stands up, then turns around. The volcano clotheslines Morphose. Morphose falls onto the mat, then he groans. The volcano picks Morphose up, lifts, then slams him onto the mat. Morphose groans. What a slam, said announcer number 1. Sphinx stands up, then punches the volcano. The volcano is groaning, then staggers backwards into the ropes. Sphinx tries clotheslining the volcano over the top rope. The volcano is swaying on the top rope. Sphinx steps backwards, then runs at the volcano. The volcano lifts Sphinx over the top rope. Sphinx lands onto the ledge of the ring. The volcano turns around, then goes to punch Sphinx. Sphinx ducks, then wraps his arms around the volcano's head. The volcano is struggling, then lifts Sphinx over the top rope, then throws him. Sphinx lands face first onto the mat, then he groans. "Oh man, that's power right there," said announcer number 2. Morphos punches the volcano. The volcano groans, then headbutts Morphos. Morphos groans, then walks away. The volcano grabs Morphos, then throws him over the top rope. Morphos lands onto the ledge of the ring. The volcano goes to punch Morphos. Morphos' shoulder blocks the volcano's stomach. The volcano groans, then walks away. Morphos stands up onto the ledge of the ring. The volcano looks at Morphos, then runs at him. Morphos pulls down the top rope. The volcano goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. "Volcano has been eliminated," said announcer number 1. Morphos rolls inside of the ring, then he smiles. Music is playing. All three look up at the stage. Onyx appears. "Guys, it just went from bad to worse," said announcer number 2. Onyx stops next to the ring, grabs the top rope, pulls himself up onto the ledge of the ring, then goes over the top rope. All three are attacking Onyx. Onyx is groaning, then pushes all three of them away. Sphinx stands up, then runs at Onyx. Onyx clotheslines Sphinx. Sphinx lands onto the mat, then he groans. Morphos punches Onyx. Onyx groans, then pushes Morphos. Morphos lands onto the mat. He groans, then stands up. Onyx runs, then clotheslines Morphos. Morphos lands onto the mat, then he groans again. Onyx turns around, then stares at Grimace. "Here we go," said announcer number 1. Both Grimace and Onyx start punching each other. Grimace blocks, then continuously punches Onyx. Onyx is staggering backwards into the ropes. Grimace bounces Onyx off of the ropes. Onyx bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then does a jumping spear into Grimace. Grimace groans, then holds his sides. "What a spear," said announcer number 2. Onyx stands up, then picks Grimace up. Both Morphos and Sphinx jump at Onyx. Onyx is groaning, then pushes both Morphos and Sphinx. Both Sphinx and Morphos fall onto the mat, then stand up. Onyx runs, then goes for a double clothesline onto both Morphos and Sphinx. Both Morphos and Sphinx duck. Onyx staggers, then turns around. Both Morphos and Sphinx kick Onyx's stomach, then set him up for a suplex. "No way. Think this through, you two," said announcer number 1. Both Morphos and Sphinx suplex Onyx. Onyx groans. "They did it. They suplexed Onyx," said announcer number 2. Onyx slowly stands up. Grimace runs at Onyx, then pounces at him. Onyx groans, then falls into the ropes. All three men grab Onyx, then lift him over the top rope. Onyx lands onto the floor. "Onyx has been eliminated," said announcer number 1. Music is playing. Paragon appears walking down the ramp. "It's the new leader of the PNKS," said announcer number 2. Paragon continues walking, then stopping next to the ring. "I ain't getting into the ring. I ain't stupid," said Paragon walking around the ring. Grimace hits Morphos' back. Morphos groans, then falls onto his knees. Sphinx turns around. Grimace punches Sphinx. Sphinx falls onto the mat. Grimace continuously clotheslines both Morphos and Sphinx. Both Morphos and Sphinx are continuously groaning. Grimace lifts Sphinx, then slams him onto the mat. Sphinx groans. Morphose stands up. Grimace lifts Morphose, then slams him on top of Sphinx. Sphinx groans. Morphose slowly stands up. Grimace grabs Morphose by his throat with both of his hands, lifts him up, then does a sit-out double-handed chokeslam. Morphose groans. Sphinx stands up in the corner. Grimace looks at Sphinx, then runs at him. Sphinx boots Grimace. Grimace groans, then walks away. Sphinx jumps onto the second rope. Paragon looks up at Sphinx, quickly jumps onto the ledge of the ring, then pushes him off the second rope. Sphinx goes over the top rope, bounces off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. Sphinx has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Thanks to Paragon. He should be in the ring, said announcer number 2. Music is playing. Jitters appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, standing up, then runs at Grimace. Grimace sidesteps Jitters, then throws him over the top rope. Jitters lands onto the floor. And that quickly, Jitters is eliminated, said announcer number 1. Paragon laughs at Jitters. Jitters stands up, then goes to punch Paragon. Paragon ducks. Jitters turns around. Paragon kicks Jitters' stomach, runs, then throws him into the barricade. Jitters groans. Music is playing. Swagger is running down the ramp. Here comes Swagger, said announcer number 2. Swagger climbs onto the ledge of the ring, climbs up the turn. Buckle then jumps off of it. Grimace catches Swagger in his arms. Swagger is shaking his head. Grimace lifts Swagger over his head, then walks towards the ropes. Morphose kicks Grimace's stomach. Grimace groans, then drops Swagger. Swagger lands onto his feet. Both Morphose and Swagger continuously punching Grimace. Grimace continuously groaning, then leaning against the ropes. Both Morphose and Swagger lift Grimace's legs. Both Morphose and Swagger are trying to eliminate Grimace, said announcer number 1. Paragon slides into the ring, stands up, then hits Swagger's back. Swagger groans, then lets go of Grimace's right leg. Grimace head butts Morphose. Morphose falls onto the mat. They almost eliminated Grimace, but Paragon stopped them. Why? Asked announcer number 2. That's just who Paragon is, said announcer number 1. Morphose stands up, then turns around. Grimace lifts Morphose over his head, walks towards the ropes, then throws him onto the floor. Morphose rolls backwards. Morphose is gone, said announcer number 2. Music is playing. Oh, here comes my pick, said announcer number 1. Mr. Indestructible appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, then standing up. Grimace goes to punch Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible ducks, runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Grimace turns around. Mr. Indestructible does a jumping shoulder block onto Grimace. Grimace falls onto the mat. He groans, then stands up. Mr. Indestructible continuously punching Grimace. Grimace continuously groaning, then staggers backwards into the corner. Mr. Indestructible continues punching Grimace, then whips him into the opposite corner. Grimace groans. Mr. Indestructible runs at Grimace. Grimace does a back elbow onto Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible groans, then walks away. Grimace holds up his hands. Mr. Indestructible turns around. Grimace grabs Mr. Indestructible by his throat with both of his hands. Mr. Indestructible moves Grimace's arms, then lifts him into his arms. Look at the strength of Mr. Indestructible, said announcer number 2. Mr. Indestructible walks towards the ropes, then dumps Grimace over the top rope. Grimace lands onto the floor. Grimace has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Music is playing. The Fluke runs down the ramp, slides into the ring, then stands up. Mr. Indestructible clotheslines. The Fluke. The Fluke falls onto the mat. He groans, then stands up. Mr. Indestructible clotheslines. The Fluke again. The Fluke groans, stands up, then turns around. Mr. Indestructible lifts the Fluke over his head. "This ain't gonna be a fluke when you're eliminated," said announce number 2. Mr. Indestructible walks towards the ropes. The Fluke is squirming, lands onto his feet behind Mr. Indestructible, grabs both of his legs, then lifts him over the top rope. Mr. Indestructible lands onto the floor. "Mr. Indestructible has been eliminated," said announce number 1. "There goes your guy," said announcer number 2. Music is playing. "Oh no, look who's coming now," said announcer number 1. The Duke appears walking down the ramp. All three are staring at the Duke. "We haven't seen the Duke since he was fired. And now he's back," said announcer number 2. All three continue staring at the Duke. The Duke climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then stares at all three of them. Paragon looks at both Swagger and the Fluke, grabs Swagger from behind, then throws him over the top rope. Swagger lands onto the floor. "Swagger has been eliminated," said announcer number 1. "That's what happens when you don't pay attention to your other competitor," said announcer number 2. Music is playing. The Marauder runs down the ramp, slides into the ring, then attacks the Duke. "Not a bright idea, attacking the 7-foot Duke," said announcer number 1. All three are attacking the Duke. The Duke pushes all three off of himself. All three fall onto the mat. Paragon rolls underneath the bottom rope. The Duke clotheslines the Fluke. The Fluke falls onto the mat, then groans. The Marauder punches the Duke. The Duke looks at the Marauder. The Marauder holds up his hands. The Duke grabs the Marauder by his throat. The Marauder gasps, then kicks the Duke in his testicles. The Duke groans, then lets go of the Marauder. The Marauder jumps over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. "Marauder just eliminated himself," said announcer number 1. Music is playing. The Strangler appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, standing up, then kicks the Duke in the left side of his head. The Duke falls onto the mat. "What a boot that was," said announcer number 2. "Hey, come help me," said the Strangler, picking the Duke up. Both the Fluke and the Strangler lean the Duke against the ropes. The Duke continues groaning. Both the Fluke and the Strangler lift the Duke over the top rope. The Duke lands onto the floor. "Duke has been eliminated," said announcer number 1. Music is playing. The Bull appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, then standing up. The Bull is in this match. "The man that won the first ever men's Rumble match," said announce number 2. All three stare at each other, then look at Paragon. Paragon's eyes widen. No, I'm out here. You don't have to worry about me," said Paragon. The Bull and the Strangler go through the middle ropes on the sides of the ring, then approach Paragon. Wait, come on guys. How fair is this?" asked Paragon. "Paragon's pleading for fairness," said announcer number 1. "For what you and your group have been doing." "I don't think so," said announcer number 2. Both the Bull and the Strangler go to grab Paragon. Paragon goes underneath their arms, slides into the ring, stands up, then turns around. The Fluke punches Paragon. Paragon falls onto the mat, then he groans. Both the Bull and the Strangler slide into the ring, stand up, then start kicking Paragon. Paragon continuously groaning. "This has been a long time coming for Paragon," said announce number 1. Hold him up, said the bull. The fluke picks Paragon up. The bull bounces off of the ropes, then goes for a clothesline Paragon. Paragon ducks. The bull clotheslines the fluke. The fluke lands onto the mat, then he groans. Bull accidentally clotheslined. Fluke, said announcer number 2. The bull looks at Paragon, then runs at him. Paragon dropkicks the bull's right leg. The bull's head goes into the second turnbuckle, then he groans. Paragon stands up. The strangler kicks Paragon's stomach. Paragon groans. The strangler grabs Paragon's head, then runs towards the ropes. Paragon reverses it. The strangler goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Strangler has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Paragon is smiling. Music is playing. Paragon stops smiling. Macho Monster appears walking down the ramp. Macho Monster, said announcer number 2. Here's my second pick to win, said announcer number 1. Macho Monster walks up the steel stairs, then goes over the top rope. Paragon stands up, then stares at Macho Monster. Macho Monster steps towards Paragon. Wait. You don't have to do this. Please, just go over the top rope and eliminate yourself, said Paragon. Macho Monster grabs Paragon. The crowd is booing. Nightmare, Kong and Smash appear running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, then start attacking Macho Monster. Macho Monster is groaning. Yeah, eliminate him. Eliminate him, said Paragon. The bull stands up behind Paragon, grabs him, then throws him over the top rope from a different side of the ring. Paragon lands onto the floor. Both the bull and the fluke are attacking Nightmare and Smash. The fluke clotheslines Nightmare over the top rope. The bull lifts Smash, then slams him onto the mat. Smash groans, then rolls outside of the ring. Macho Monster is punching Kong. Kong is groaning. Macho Monster kicks Kong's stomach, then lifts him onto his shoulders. Look at Macho Monster's strength, said announcer number 2. Macho Monster does a running Samoan drop onto Kong. Kong groans, then rolls outside of the ring. That takes care of the pink ass, said announcer number 1. Music is playing. Mutiny appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, standing up, then attacking the fluke. The bull punches Macho Monster. Macho Monster is groaning, then staggers backwards into the ropes. The bull tries clotheslining Macho Monster over the top rope. Macho Monster is swaying on the top rope. The bull tries clotheslining Macho Monster over the top rope again. Macho Monster sways onto the top rope again. The bull runs, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then goes to clothesline Macho Monster. Macho Monster grabs the bull by his throat. The bull gasps. Macho Monster is staring at the bull, then throws him over the top rope. The bull lands onto the floor. Looks like bull won't be this year's winner, said announcer number 2. The lights are flickering. Turn off, then back on. Wicked appears. Wicked must be number 17, said announcer number 1. Wicked punches Macho Monster. Macho Monster pushes Wicked. Wicked falls onto the mat. He groans, then stands up. Macho Monster boots Wicked. Wicked groans, then rolls outside of the ring. Wicked just got his head kicked off, said announcer number 2. Mutiny is kicking the fluke. The fluke slides down their corner. Mutiny steps backwards, runs at the fluke, then knees his head. The fluke groans. Yeah? Who's the best? I am, said Mutiny, turning around. Macho Monster is staring at Mutiny. Mutiny holds up his hand. Macho Monster grabs Mutiny by his throat, runs towards the ropes, then throws him over. The top rope. Mutiny lands onto the floor. Mutiny has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Music is playing. The scout appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, standing up then. Punching Macho Monster. Macho Monster groans then pushes the scout. The scout falls onto the mat. Stands up then runs at Macho Monster. Macho Monster boots the scout. The scout is laying motionless on the mat. The fluke hits Macho Monster's back. Macho Monster groans, grabs the fluke by his throat, lifts him up then chokeslams him. The fluke groans. What a chokeslam, said announcer number 2. Wicked slides into the ring then stands up. The lights turn off. Loud banging sounds. The lights turn back on. The masked men appear hitting Wicked. Wicked is groaning. The masked men grab Wicked, then throw him over the top rope. Wicked lands onto the floor. Wicked has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. The lights turn off then back on. The masked men are gone. Music is playing. Swine appears, running down the ramp, sliding into the ring then standing up. Macho Monster clotheslines. Swine. Swine falls onto the mat, then he groans. Macho Monster bends down to grab Swine. Pink air slide into the ring, then attack Macho Monster. Macho Monster is groaning, then punches Paragon. Paragon groans. Kong punches Macho Monster. Macho Monster groans, walks away then stands next to the ropes. PNKS continuously hitting Macho Monster. Macho Monster continuously groaning then leaning against the ropes. PNKS lift Macho Monster over the top rope. Macho Monster lands onto the floor. Macho Monster is gone, said announcer number 2. PNKS go through the middle ropes then continue attacking Macho Monster. Bring him this way, said Paragon. All three are picking Macho Monster up. Paragon clears off the announce table. Oh no, they're gonna throw Macho Monster through the table, said announcer number 1. All four lift Macho Monster over their heads, then throw him through the announce table. Macho Monster groans then lays motionless on the floor. That's what you get, said Paragon. PNKS climbing over the barricade. Music is playing. Genie appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring. Standing up then running at Swine. Swine lifts Genie onto his shoulders then does a Samoan drop onto him. Genie groans. Genie just got a Samoan drop, said announce number 2. Swine stands up. The scout stands up, runs at Sen then does a cutter from his left side. Oh, Swine just got a cutter? But he didn't see it coming, said announcer number 1. No one would have been able to see that coming, said announcer number 2. The fluke turns the scout around, kicks his stomach, sets him up for a powerbomb then lifts him onto his left shoulder. The scout is squirming then lands onto his feet behind the fluke. The fluke turns around. The scout wraps his arms around the fluke's head, then does a cutter onto him. The fluke groans. Another great cutter connects, said announcer number 1. The scout stands up, picks the fluke up, then throws him over the top rope. The fluke lands onto the floor. There goes the fluke, said announcer number 2. Music is playing. The messenger appears. Messenger, how'd he get into the rumble? Asked announcer number 1. You got me, said announcer number 2. The messenger hands his title, climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then goes through the middle rope. Genie dropkicks the messenger. The messenger goes over the top rope then lands onto the floor. Messenger's eliminated, said announcer number 1. And he can't believe it either, said announcer number 2. I can't either, He just stepped through the ropes then got drop-kicked by Genie, said announcer number 1. Music is playing. Pitbull appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, standing up then continuously clotheslining all three of them. All three continuously groaning. Pitbull bounces Genie off of the ropes then does a back body drop. Genie lands onto the mat then he groans. Swine goes to clothesline Pitbull. Pitbull ducks. Swine turns around. Pitbull wraps his arms around Swine's waist then does a belly to belly onto him. Swine groans. The Scout hits Pitbull's back. Pitbull groans. The Scout wraps his arms around Pitbull's head then goes for a cutter onto him. Pitbull pushes the Scout. The Scout staggers forward, turns around then runs at Pitbull. Pitbull lifts the Scout over the top rope. The Scout lands onto the floor, then he groans. Goodbye Scout, said announcer number 2. Music is playing. Payne appears running down the ramp. Both Payne and Pitbull are staring at each other. Come on, said Pitbull. Both Payne and Pitbull start punching each other. Payne goes to punch Pitbull. Pitbull ducks, runs then bounces off of their ropes. Both Payne and Pitbull double clothesline each other. Oh my god. Both Payne and Pitbull were thinking the same thing, said announcer number 1. Swine stands up, sees both Payne and Pitbull laying on the mat, runs then does a senton onto both of them. Both Payne and Pitbull are groaning. Swine stands up next to the ropes. Genie runs at Swine. Swine lifts Genie over the top rope. Genie lands onto the ledge of the ring then punches Swine. Swine groans then walks away. Genie goes to walk. And quat, you suck, and quat, yelled audience member number 1. Shut up, said Genie walking on the ledge of the ring, slips, falls onto it, then lands onto the floor. Genie slipped on the ledge, said announcer number 2. Music is playing. Raptor appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, standing then starts punching all three of them. All three are groaning. Swine goes to clothesline Raptor. Raptor ducks. Swine bounces off of the ropes. Raptor lifts Swine, then does a spinebuster onto him. Swine groans. Pitbull runs at Raptor. Raptor lifts Pitbull, then does a spinebuster onto him. Pitbull groans. Payne hits Raptor's back. Raptor falls onto the mat. Payne continuously kicking Raptor. Raptor continuously groaning. Raptor had the momentum. Then Payne blindsided him, said announcer number 1. The lights are flickering. Turn off then back on. The masked men are attacking Pitbull. Pitbull is groaning. Masked number 1 picks Pitbull up. This is what you deserve for attacking us, said masked man number 1. Pitbull headbutts masked number 1. Masked man number 2 and masked number 3 are attacking Pitbull. Pitbull is groaning. The masked men pick Pitbull up, run then throw him over the top rope. Pitbull lands onto the floor. The lights turn off then back on. The masked men are gone. Again they screwed Pitbull and Wicked, said announcer number 2. Music is playing. The surgeon appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring then standing up. Payne runs then clotheslines the surgeon over the top rope. The surgeon lands onto the floor. Surgeon has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. I can't believe how fast some of these people are being eliminated, said announcer number 2. Music is playing. Rogue appears running down the ramp. The surgeon clotheslines Rogue. Rogue falls onto the floor. Then he groans. Oh man, surgeon just clotheslined Rogue, said announcer number 1. I guess surgeon's mad that he didn't last longer, said announcer number 2. Swine hits Pain's back. Pain groans. Swine continuously punches Pain. Pain continuously swaying on the top rope. Swine steps backwards, then goes to punch Pain. Pain blocks, then continuously punches Swine. Swine continuously staggering backwards. Pain runs the bounces off of the ropes. Swine does a back elbow onto Pain. Pain groans. Swine picks Pain up, whips him into the corner, runs, then does a corner body splash onto him. Pain groans, then falls onto the mat. Swine picks Pain up, lifts, then slams him onto the mat. Pain groans. Swine runs, then bounces off of the ropes on the side of the ring. Raptor quickly stands up, lifts Swine, then does a spinebuster onto him again. Swine groans. Swine just found out what that feels like twice, said announcer number 1. Raptor is laying on the mat. I think Raptor's feeling Swine's weight, said announcer number 2. Swine grabs the ropes, then pulls himself up with them. Pain stands up, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, runs at Swine, then clotheslines him over the top rope. Swine lands onto the floor. Swine has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Who's next? Asked announcer number 2. Music is playing. You mean, who's last? Asked announcer number 1. Fatal Fury appears running down the ramp, sliding into the ring, then continuously punching both Pain and Raptor. Is this Fatal Fury's night? Will he be able to win the Rumble? Asked announcer number 2. Fatal Fury lifts Pain into his right shoulder, runs, then rams him into the corner. Pain groans. Fatal Fury punches Pain all over his body. Pain continuously groaning. Raptor hits Fatal Fury's back. Fatal Fury groans. Raptor whips Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury reverses it. Raptor goes into the opposite corner. Fatal Fury runs at Raptor, then does a shoulder block into their corner onto him. Raptor groans. Fatal Fury stands up, then punches Raptor all over his body. Raptor continuously groaning. Fatal Fury looks at Pain in the opposite corner, runs at him, then does a corner clothesline onto him. Pain groans. Fatal Fury runs, then does a corner clothesline onto Raptor. Raptor groans. Fatal Fury whips Raptor into the opposite corner. Raptor goes into Pain. Fatal Fury runs, then does a jumping knee into Raptor's chest. Raptor squishes Pain. Both Pain and Raptor groan. Fatal Fury runs, then goes to bounce off of the ropes. Rogue pulls down the top rope. Fatal Fury goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Fatal Fury has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Oh my God, said announcer number 2. Rogue smiles, waves at Fatal Fury, then starts to climb onto the ledge of the ring. Fatal Fury pulls Rogue off the ledge of the ring, then clotheslines him hard. Rogue lands onto the floor, then he groans. That wouldn't have happened if Rogue didn't eliminate Fatal Fury, said announcer number 1. Both Pain and Raptor are slowly standing up, then start punching each other. Only one could win this fist fight, said announcer number 2. That's right, only one can, said announcer number 1. Raptor punches Pain. Pain groans, kicks Raptor's stomach, then sets up for a double-arm DDT. Raptor is squirming, then pushes Pain backwards. Pain bounces off of the ropes, then goes to clothesline Raptor. Raptor ducks, runs, bounces off of the ropes, then continuously clotheslines Pain. Pain continuously groaning, then standing up. Raptor whips Pain into the corner, then runs at him. Pain boots Raptor. Raptor groans, then staggers away. Pain runs at Raptor. Raptor lifts Pain, then does a spinebuster onto him. Pain groans. And Quat, retractable. Claw and Quat, connects again. Raptor stands up then waves at Pain. Pain slowly stands up next to the ropes. Raptor runs at Pain. Pain lifts Raptor over the top rope. Raptor lands onto the ledge of the ring then punches Pain. Pain groans then walks away. Rogue grabs Raptor's legs then pulls him off the ledge of the ring. Raptor hits his head off the ledge of the ring then he groans. Raptor's gone, said announcer number 2. And we're down to 2, said announcer number 1. Rogue climbs onto the ledge of the ring then goes up the turnbuckle. He's heading up top, said announcer number 2. Rogue gets to the top turnbuckle then jumps off of it. Pain kicks Rogue's stomach then does a double arm DDT onto him. Pain just nailed his finisher, said announcer number 2. And all he has to do is throw Rogue over the top rope, said announcer number 1. Pain picks Rogue up, lifts him onto his right shoulder then walks towards the ropes. Rogue grabs the top rope then holds onto it. Pain tries throwing Rogue over the top rope. Rogue is squirming, lands onto his feet behind Pain, wraps his arms around Pain's waist, then lifts him over the top rope. Pain lands onto the floor. Bell dings. Here's your winner. Rogue, said announcer number 3. A man from the new show has won the Rumble, said announcer number 2. This is unbelievable. And I thought Fatal Fury being eliminated was shocking, said announcer number 1. I can't believe this. A new show comes in and our people lose the Rumble, said announcer number 2. Well, like we always say. And Quat. Anything could happen, and Quat. So, congratulations to Rogue, said announcer number 1. Yeah, congrats, said announcer number 2. Well, folks, we want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye bye. He won. Who would think it, said announcer number 2 waving. Rogue is jumping around the ring. The crowd is booing. The end.